Hi, Zainuddin here. This is from Whonet Backlink manual, but sometimes the technical term used in the manual is difficult for us to understand. I will explain to you the manual by giving you a sample here. In the manual it says Backlink processes one block of records at a time. So it is important that all the antibiotics from one isolate be stored sequentially together into the same block. If they are not in the same block, the number of isolates after backlink process sometimes could be almost double the number of isolates we should have in our lab. But what backlink considers as a block of records? I give you a sample here to explain what backlink consider as one block of records. You can see here there are three records, the same record here with patient ID, lab number and organisms. These three records is considered as one block, and when it converts as one isolate. And this is another isolate, urine, E. coli, another isolate. But when it comes to next record, even though it's actually the same record, it's not sorted, it's not within the same block as the first block above, and it's considered another record, another isolate. Then we have another patient here, will be another isolate. Then again, it follows by these three records, actually the same isolate, but we consider another block of records, therefore another isolate. Again, this patient, stool and salmonella, we considered another block. The last one is also another block. So backlink detects 7 blocks, and after the conversion process, we might have 7 isolate. How to get this to the same block? We go for custom sort, first with the patient ID. Next, at the label, one patient might have more than one specimen. We go by specimen number or lab number. And another label, we go by organisms. Click OK, is sorted. You can see here, it's considered one block, one isolate, and all these blood and aureus another block, the isolate, urine and E. coli another isolate. So it's only 3 isolate here instead of 7 isolate. If our resource data not in this sort form, we need to take steps to ensure the antibiotic of one isolate are stored together. Now I'm showing you a real case from one of our participating labs. More records or more isolates after backlink conversion from the original ILS data source. I click begin conversion. We just want to see how many isolate it produced. It's processing now. It shows us 2,387 records. But in this lab, usually it's only around 1,000 to 1,500 isolate per month. So it's a quite high number. Something went wrong. When we view the database, you can see under this ID, there's a mix of swab and tissue. Organisms also is not sorted. We get more than what expected. Now this is the data source in Excel. How many isolates we should have from the source data file? I've shown in the previous video clips 3 methods to know how many isolates should have. Anyway, I'm going to use one of the methods. I'm going to use pivot tables. Now we go to insert pivot tables. I'm going to use this data, a new worksheet. So now we sort it by patients, MRN. Next, with the lab number for specimen and organisms. We go to the design. We show in tabular forms. We remove all the subtotals, and also we remove all the totals. I just remove these 2 blank rows here. The last record 1346 minus the title, so it should be 1345 records. But there's a special case in this. I realized that I have the same lab number for different specimens. If I put specimen here, specimen under test name, under lab number here, then we go again at the bottom there, you can see there's 1,355 minus the title. You can see here there's a slightly different way of recording. For example, this the same patients, and this is the lab number, but under the same lab number you have 2 specimens, swab and tissue. And again it happened here, the same lab number, but you have swab with 2 organisms and another tissue 1 organism. So it's quite different. That's why It's very specific for this particular lab course record. To put the specimen here. How to sort this out? The original data. Go to custom sort. First sorting is by MRN, represent the patient. Then by lab number. Then for this particular paper, we should have the specimen. Then last one is organisms. Generally, with this, the assumption that one lab number is just for one specimen, we don't need to have specimen here. Now it is already sorted. We need to save as. We change this to tab delimited. Go back to Baclink. Now we repeat with sorted source file. Begin conversion. In the sorted file, final isolate is 1355.